Hey everyone, hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to make a quick video about the importance of teaching children how to be independent. By independent, I don't mean raising themselves, just like the basic things of preparing pre-cooked meals that you maybe have cooked yesterday or earlier in the day, grooming themselves, basic household cleaning the dishes, cleaning their room, because situations might come up where you as a parent or the caretaker, you may not be able to do those things for them and they can do it themselves. For me, I had a situation during my custody battle where with my children, they might have been going to another state for a long period of time. And I was told by a family member, well, it's important for you to start teaching them how to take care of themselves now, in terms of, especially with the grooming, like taking their own bath, their own showers, getting dressed by themselves, things like that, because you don't want to have them in a situation where someone that you don't know is being that physically close to them. So it started from there. So by, I will say, around like 8, 9, 10, maybe even 7, I want to say, I want to say from 6, my kids knew about those basic things so that they could do it themselves, so that no other adult or anyone else had to be doing these things for them. So they had that sense of independence, and then it went on from there. I bring it all to say it really helped me in the beginning of the year. It helped me 2 years ago when I tore my knee and I tore my ACL and had to have surgery. But it really came full circle for me when earlier this year I was diagnosed with COVID. So I had to be isolated from them. I was able to do a few things, but order food for them and do things like that. But they took care of their own, because they understood what the situation was, and I couldn't have anyone else come in to help me like I did when I tore my ACL. My partner came and he helped a lot. He would bring food. He would lay the food out for them, things like that. But when I had COVID, no one could be around me. I had to isolate myself. I had to do this quarantine for 14 days in my bedroom, pretty much. The way that I have my home is set up where we all have our own room, we all have our own bathrooms. So I think that helped a great deal. But because I had this practice from when I tore my ACL, and from me teaching them and putting things in them, over the past 6 years or so, they were able to do everything. So the setup that I had when I was quarantining was I have my cell phone, and I also have a landline. So I would call the landline and they would pick up, and I would say, okay, it's time for you guys to get your breakfast together. And they were able to do that. They did that because I taught them how to use a toaster oven to make their bagels or their waffles, how to use a microwave to make their hot chocolate. My daughter, though, she's advanced, she likes to cook, so she always knew how to make her scrambled eggs, how to make hot chocolate for her and her brother, how to make tea for herself. So they were good on that. Then I would call them and say, all right, it's lunchtime. Okay, let's all together. They would make themselves a sandwich or make each other a sandwich, or I maybe had ordered them pizza. They were able to serve it to each other, and then afterwards wash the dishes. Okay, now it's time for dinner. We have chicken and rice in the fridge. They were able to serve it out for each other, warm it up. They would eat together on a table, really cute stuff. and they were able to, at the end of the day, clean up the kitchen, take their showers, put on their pajamas. We would talk on the phone throughout the day. I would say, good night, love you guys, thank you, and everything like that. So it's really important to teach kids, I think, from as young as you can, not like 3 or 4 years old, but you know your own child and you know what they're able to do. You know what their capabilities are. I feel like kids are very resilient, and when taught and guided the right way, they can do a lot more than we give them credit for, and they understand more than we think that they do. So trusting in them and giving them that room to breathe, and giving them that to learn and to practice what you're preaching to them, it does them a great justice. It helps them more than we think. It makes them independent. It makes them feel good about themselves. They feel accomplished. They feel like they are doing their part, and it also instills greater confidence in themselves. And I think that helps also with children and their self-esteem, knowing that they can do A, B, C, D, and E. Do things like that during like that COVID times. I couldn't be around them for 14 days. And we really had a good system in place. But if they were not in self-sufficient in those ways, it would have been so much harder to have dealt with it mentally, because I would have been not worried only for myself, but I'm also more so worried about the children, and oh my God, what am I going to do with them? When I got diagnosed, I was pretty confident that we were all going to be okay, so that really wasn't a worry. All I had to do was focus on myself and making sure that I was taking care of myself as best as I could, so that I can then get back to them as soon as possible. And also, I missed them, so I wanted to get well, and I also definitely did not want them to become sick because I was sick. And thank God they weren't. They did not get anything, and they have been okay, and they were okay after the process. So that's why I say I think it's important that, and I bring that as an example of why it's important to allow kids, to teach kids from as young as you feel like they're able to be independent and to be self-sufficient. Because there are going to be times where us as parents, we may not be able to be there for them. We don't know what this life holds for us as parents. I would have never thought that I would have been in that position where I couldn't have been around them, I couldn't have hugged them, I couldn't talk to them in person for 14 days. And it could have been for their lifetime, God forbid, if things had turned for the worse and I just wasn't around. So just a quick word and just a quick example, just to make everyone think about, we can't coddle these children because we can't coddle them because it makes us feel good. We have to give them the room to breathe, to become independent, like I said, to become self-sufficient, because we as parents are not guaranteed to be here tomorrow. It's scary to think of, it's sad to think of, but it's a fact. It's just the reality, and it's just the way that things work. So I hope that this video brought some kind of insight to anyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.